quite a bit of experience here in the amateur baseball world, sitting at the table.
I've never played T-ball, so I feel like I'm against a couple of pros here.
You ever hit the ball really far?
Yeah. So whose mom brings the snacks?
The high C.
Yeah. Star crunches.
Which is true.
Got real quiet there. Hey, everybody, thanks for tuning in to this week's episode of the Buffalo Community Podcast. We have a really fun episode for you today and a full studio. But before that, we need to get started.
Nice.
A little dissonance there, a little clashing. But
Yeah.
This is the Buffalo
At least we're
Community
nailing it on the
Podcast,
first
all
try.
about the greatest small town in the USA, the people in it, and how it all works together. Here are your hosts, Tyler Reiss and Mark Benzer.
okay,
Take
here we
one.
go. Take one. Definitely not take two.
Yeah, for sure.
Excited to have with us today first-year manager, longtime player of the Buffalo Bulldogs, Braun, and veteran right-hand pitcher, John Early. Thanks a lot, guys, for coming in and
Thanks for having us.
joining the podcast. Corey, why don't you take us back? You've been playing for the Bulldogs quite a while, but your roots run pretty deep here in Buffalo. Why don't you?
Yeah, I grew up here in Buffalo and played baseball my whole life. Graduated high school in 2003 and started playing for the Bulldogs that summer. So
Thank God, not another 99er.
yeah, there's been a lot on here.
Yeah.
That's for sure. So yeah, I grew up on Orlando Avenue. Actually, I think there's three of us here. Orlando
That's
Avenue.
right.
That's pretty strong right there.
Yeah.
I can feel
Take
it.
that, Uplanda.
Yeah.
Nobody likes you.
Best street in Buffalo. maybe not anymore. So yeah, been with the Bulldogs ever since 2003. Took 1 year off there in the middle, and then so it's been about 17 years since I've been playing for the Dogs.
John?
Yeah, so actually I grew up in Litchfield, and I graduated in 2004. So I played for the Litchfield Blues from 2006 to 2009. And then in 2010, my wife and I moved to town in Buffalo here. And that's when I started playing with the Bulldogs. So I've been with the Bulldogs since 2010. So this is my 11th season with the team and 15th overall.
Very fun.
Quite a bit of experience here in the amateur baseball world, sitting at the table.
I've never played T-ball, so I feel like I'm against a couple of pros here.
You ever hit the ball really far?
Yeah. So whose mom brings the snacks?
The high C.
Yeah. Star crunches.
No, you guys have been winning a lot of baseball games. A historic start, probably. I can't go back too far, but I can't. Between the Bulldogs and the Merchants, there's certainly never been a better start. I can safely say that, right?
No,
When you don't lose, it really doesn't get better. But kind of take us through that. It's been a heck of a start for you guys, and as much as I say that, we're coming into playoff time. So
Yeah, we're 8-0 right now, and we're doing pretty well. The season started 1st of July there, and so we've been playing games 3 games a week here now. So, but yeah, with a 10-game season, we only have 2 left, so we're hoping to finish it out strong here.
with that being said, kind of take us through the mentality of, with everything being weird, not just with baseball, but with, all aspects of life. There's probably a period of time there where you're questioning whether you're going to play or not. And if you're anything like me, maybe even got to a point where you anticipated not playing, and then all of a sudden having to flip that switch to say, well, we're playing, and we gotta figure this out. What's that been like?
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I know kind of as the spring progressed and we had closures and working from home and everything else, I honestly doubted we'd have a season. And I kind of come to terms with that and thought, probably be a pretty boring summer in terms of not being really able to go anywhere. Obviously, baseball being a big part of my family's kind of summer plans and weeknights and weekends. And so, yeah, I didn't think we would. But at the same time, you know, we've kept hope that maybe something would come up. And so, you know, we tried to practice a few times just in case. And then once we got the go-ahead that we would start on July 1st, you know, I think we were ready.
Mm-hmm. So to round everybody up, who was that to round all those guys up? You know, all of Charlie Conway with maybe a dog whistle instead of a duck call.
Rollerblading through the Mall of America.
It gets better every time.
I can't believe you remembered to do it. I was waiting for it.
Yeah, I nailed that.
So we were, like he said, we were practicing. So we were in contact. We're always in contact with the guys, and even through the winter a little bit. The biggest thing was the younger guys, because they were possibly playing with Legion, and Legion possibly having a season and maybe not. But we have a text group and everything, so we're always in contact with them. And we were practicing, you know, 2 or 3 times there before the season started, just in case it would happen. And luckily enough, it did.
And don't worry, it's all socially distanced. You guys can throw, you guys can hit. You know, hopefully you can throw more than 6 feet. But,
yeah.
What's the home run field out at Bentfield? What's that?
It's about 320 down the lines, I think.
Down the lines.
405 maybe to center, 395 to center maybe, something like that.
Deeper in the center into the alleys there for sure.
Yep.
So if somebody just hasn't heard of amateur ball, or they've heard of it but they don't exactly know what it is, why don't you just kind of take us through that? Like, what is your team made up of? What do you?
Well, it's made up of guys of all ages. I think Corey and myself are the 2 elder statesmen of the team, but we have guys as young as 17 on the roster, and I think a lot of our team is probably in that 18, 19, 20 to 25 range, but it's open to all ages. And you know, I think the biggest misconception of amateur baseball is that it's slow pitch softball, or it's kind of a beer league, or it's a rec league, and it's not. It's real baseball. It's 9 innings. You know, all the rules that you're familiar with, and it's good baseball. This is current college, former professional. So it's the talent level is legitimate.
I've been a part of or around amateur baseball since early 2000s, and as a player or a manager or a spectator. And to this day, I still am blown away by the quality of baseball from guys who go to work as accountants, construction workers, attorneys, doctors, insurance agents, real estate, and then for 3 or 4 months a year in a normal year, show up and play baseball at such a high level. It's really cool. It's very unique to Minnesota. Not that it doesn't exist anywhere, but it does not exist like it does here.
No.
And I would encourage anybody who's never been to a town ball game to come out to Bentfield Mills. How about this Friday?
Free admission.
Free admission.
I can tell you too, to go off that, I'll just say 4 of our top, I think 3 of our 4 top hitters on the lineup played college baseball, and all the rest of them are currently in college baseball. So it's very high quality ball.
Taking all the fun away from the guys who sell insurance and you
just want to go do a beer league with me, Mark?
Right. Yeah,
there comes a time for that.
There comes a time. Yeah. But yeah, so season started, fired up. You said July 1st, playing 3 games a week. So here we are, not even a month into the season, and we're looking at our last 2 regular season games. What's coming? So when this airs, you guys we're on Tuesday. This will air on Thursday. You guys play tomorrow. So
you're either 9-0 because you just thrashed them.
Yep.
Well, yeah, you're 9-0. You're 9-0.
Yeah.
That's hope. That's
It's
hope.
that competitive spirit with you
Yeah.
guys. So you guys are on a run.
Yep.
And you guys just kind of manhandled the number 2 team in the state recently, last week, right? If my sources tell me correctly. Maybe
Yeah.
a 12-3 thrashing.
Sunday afternoon, last Sunday, yeah, we played Hutchinson at 2:00 and ended up winning 12-3. We put 8 on the board late in the game, 4 in the 8th inning and 4 in the 9th. Hit some balls hard and forced them into some errors, but no, we had 2 good pitching performances by Ethan Hansen and John Weber. And yeah, we played well. We've always struggled to play well in Hutchinson. It's a little bit of a drive, and we always seem to play them in a 2:00 game on a Sunday afternoon. But no, we had all our guys show up, and it was a good game. It was a big one for us, that's for sure.
So you're coming up to the end of a regular league season. What's next? What is next, and what do you hope is even after that?
Yeah, so like you said, we have our last 2 games here, close out the regular season, 10-game schedule. Then the region tournament starts August 5th, and that is in Maple Lake this year. And so how our region works is that it's made up of the top 8 teams that actually come directly from our league, which is somewhat unique in terms of how regions are set up. And so out of that 8-team tournament, the top 4 will advance to the state tournament. And this year that's in New Ulm. And I believe that starts the weekend of the, 21st or somewhere around there in August. And that concludes on Labor Day. The state championship is Labor Day. So, for us, the goal right now is to, finish the regular season undefeated, have that number one seed going into regions, and then advance to the state tournament. And once you get to the state tournament, anything can happen. It's single elimination, so, one bad game, your season's over. Mm-hmm. But ultimately, I think, and I think speak for Corey too, we have the talent to win the state tournament this year. We honestly do. And so, a lot of teams have that goal. I think it's actually something that is realistic for us, but we have a lot of work until we get to that point too.
Yeah.
What would that mean for the Bulldogs program to hang a banner? Would that, I mean,
Trophy,
some
probably.
trophy,
Yeah. You can buy us a banner if you want.
You guys win it, I will buy you a banner, and I will put it up at Bentfield.
right.
Everybody can hold me accountable to win the state title, for sure.
It would be huge. And actually, you get the region tournament, it starts there. The farther you go into the region tournament, you actually get a portion of concession sales and admission sales. So that helps because we don't.
We're self-funded.
Yeah, we're self-funded. We have to pay our own umpires for every home game. It's like $120 an ump every game we play at home.
Paying them pretty well this year.
Yeah. And so we have to, we buy all of our own equipment and everything. So we rent out the field there at Bentfield. So that money is big. You make a little bit of a run in region. And then the farther you go in state, too, you get more money for that, actually. So, and that's huge. And plus the publicity you get, is massive.
Yeah, and it's just something I think the town and community can be proud of. The baseball association in town can be proud of. I mean, I think if you look at our roster right now, it's basically all Buffalo graduates, outside of myself. Yeah. But, outside of that, it's all Buffalo graduates, and so this isn't a thing where we're just rounding up some guys in the area. This is
real town
this
team.
is real town team baseball. And so if you've been affiliated with the Baseball Association in any way over the last 10 to 15 years, you've coached these kids. You know who they are.
And I did want to give a shout out too. I'm glad you said that because, I get these guys, and they're already. They're very, very good ball players. By the time we get them and have them, our role, we're not really coaches. Our role is more of a manager, role where we try to put these guys in the right situations to be successful. put them in the right spots, put on the right plays, and do things like that. We're not out there teaching these guys how to field ground balls, and if they come to us and ask about their swing or tweak their wind up. I mean, John even the other day came to me about his wind up. He wasn't quite throwing strikes, but by the time we get these guys, whoever is working with them in the youth programs and the high school programs and stuff like that, they're doing a very good job right now, and because I can see it by the guys that are coming up by the time we're getting them.
Mm-hmm. Nice humble piece of information there. As a manager, you ever kick dirt on anybody? I mean,
no.
Do you get any theatrics like that? Does it get pretty heated?
I mean, yeah, it gets heated, but no, I haven't been tossed yet. No. I mean, I've only been manager for 8 games now.
So there's still time.
Give it time.
Yeah, there's be time. Did you ever get tossed as a manager?
I never did.
No?
There's maybe some times when I maybe should have been the sacrificial lamb a few times, but maybe stepped in. A couple names come
Mark
to mind.
was my manager when I played for quite a while.
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, sometimes it's the manager's job to be the one to get thrown out instead of
a player. Yeah.
But sometimes players do things that lead to a pretty quick hook, and you never had a chance to step in.
Yeah. We've had a few players get tossed over the years.
Right.
So you guys were talking about you guys are self-funded. I'm sure there's a good chunk of money that any money's going to help. But what do you do to raise some money? Can people get involved? Do you just accept open donations? Can they buy something? Can they give you something?
Yeah, absolutely. And this year, we're not charging admission for the games. We kind of decided with everything that's going on with COVID and stuff that, people are going through a tough time anyway as it is. So it's like we'll just do free admission and then donations if anybody can make a donation. We have shirts and hats out there for sale too as well. If anybody comes to a game. But you can also buy a sign if you own a company or know of a company that would like to buy a sign. We make these big signs, hang them on the outfield fence with the company's logo, phone number. We charge $400 for the first year, and that's just to create it, and you get that summer hung up. And then $200 every year after that for the sign to re-put it up. And it's not just us playing out there either. It's the Legion team is out there all summer. The VFW team is out there all summer. So that's like 14, 15-year-olds, 16, 17, 18-year-old kid team. So
And those signs stay up.
They stay up for all those games,
Yep.
So all summer long.
Yep.
And how do they follow you? How do they get a hold of you? They just call you right up in the phone book?
We're on Facebook under Buffalo Bulldogs. Instagram,
Twitter, Buffalo Bulldogs.
Yeah, at Buffalo Bulldogs on Twitter.
Yellow Pages? No. Not in the yellow.
I don't think we got it there yet.
So, yeah.
Sorry.
If you message us on Facebook or Twitter or Instagram, we'll get back to you, definitely.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, plenty of opportunity, and there's no shortage of ways to help.
No, I mean, honestly, we have to charge our players a fee to play because we have to pay for the umps. It's $120, every time for an ump, and so. This year we didn't charge a lot for the guys to play, but so we have just to make ends meet most of the time. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and to Corey's point, any amount helps. Obviously, the signs are a huge thing for us because that's money that we can count on every single year, and really we're looking to cover the costs of just playing a game. It's $120 for the umpire,
league
fees, insurance,
baseballs,
uniforms, and so the player fees go into that, but they obviously don't cover everything. And there are improvements that we'd want to make to the ballpark and facility as well, and obviously that takes money to do that, and so. We look for creative fundraisers when possible, but ultimately, the best way to raise money is to get fans at the ballpark and to win baseball games and advance in the region and state tournament.
A few weeks ago, when Joe was transitioning out, and I was kind of working on my wife to possibly take the team over because it's a big time commitment, and we have 2 little boys. So I'm talking to her, and she's like, "Well, how much do you get paid for it?"
The notoriety.
Yeah.
It's
I get to do a
priceless.
Totally legit question.
I get to do a podcast.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
It's more of the opportunity.
Yeah.
I'm giving back to
Yep.
the guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's that's kind of great. I imagine, have you ever been asked for an autograph?
I did it when I played baseball at South Dakota State, but that was the only time.
Well, it kind of ruins my answer. You could have lied.
Sorry.
Come on. Okay.
Well, I did technically. I guess.
Yeah.
I haven't. So if anyone wants one.
Yeah. Yeah. Don't be shy.
That's probably still going to make the podcast right there, even though it's like, well, that didn't go anywhere. If you are going to reach out, follow them at Buffalo Bulldogs on all the social media there. And let's see, by the time this one hits, you'll be 9-0, but you will be playing Friday night against
Maple Lake.
Yep, we're at home against Maple Lake on Friday night. Hopefully, we'll be 9-0.
Yep. It's very, very humble right there,
Yeah.
but the competitive spirit in these guys is pretty impressive. Even down to the part of, as we were getting ready, they were looking at, I'm assuming, baseball cards. You're getting, got another one.
Yeah.
So Mark talked about that a while ago, and he was kind of getting into baseball cards, and I'm assuming you guys kind of all have a passion completely surrounding baseball, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
for sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So Friday night.
Friday night,
What time?
7:30 pitch, right?
Yep.
Also, just really trying to get, alumni, Buffalo Bulldogs alumni and Buffalo Merchants, the town ball team prior to the Buffalo Bulldogs. I know there's a number of merchants out there, but wanting to get, keep people connected to the program and keep them coming back to the park. I am planning to have a grill and a tent and some bevies out there, and would love to get as much attendance from former players, families,
And people
fans,
who never even played baseball.
and people who never played baseball.
I'll be there.
Yep.
I hope, Jenny.
Yeah. But Maple Lake, I think when I was kind of snooping through the standings and stuff, I think, are they 3 losses on the season? I think
Yeah, they're always tough.
always a very good team.
Yeah, very good program, very good ballpark. They do things the right way over there, and we always have good games against them.
Yeah. So it should be all around, can't beat the price, right?
Yeah,
No.
Yeah.
No, it's supposed to be nice weather too. So
Yeah.
So for the Buffalo Community Podcast, I'm Tyler Reiss.
I'm Mark Benzer.
I'm Corey Braun.
John Early.
This kind of feels like end it.
Yeah.
Oh. I thought about going speed round, but
Oh yeah.
Let's speed round.